mood right now, like amazingly just mood full of gratitude. So I'm drinking some coffee, and I just finished a live stream with Aya, and it made me really excited and very hopeful and just very like filled with good feelings again. So anyway, the last couple of weeks, I just feel like I was acting kind of like distraught over something that was ridiculous. Okay, so I started talking to this person that I don't know. I thought for years, I thought he was really sweet and just nice and a caring and giving person. I really thought that about him. So he finally approached me after many years and asked me if I wanted to ride home. So I took a ride home from him, and we started talking. And I thought we had this really good conversation the first night we talked, but I don't know, like you never really know a person when you finally talk to them after many years. And I guess kind of what I regret about the whole situation right away is I gave him like too much value, and I'm a valuable person, and I kind of like devalued myself in the situation. Like I acted like, oh, you're so great, and I told him things like, oh, I had a crush on you, which is ridiculous. Like, okay, I thought he was cute, but at the end, like the way he treated me, like it's not totally horrible. Like I go on, but he wasn't like super respectful to me. Like he said, oh, we should do something on New Year's, but then he changed his mind at the last minute, which would have been fine. I should have just been like, whatever, but I like insisted that we hang out. So he hung out with me that night. But then after New Year's, he never like initiated texting with me. And I was like, what happened? Like, I thought we were having a good time. Like, so I would text him, and he was never initiating texts after that. You should just know, like, right away. If somebody's not initiating text with you, he'd be like, oh, I just got out of a relationship, and oh, I have to decide, and it's too early. And yes, I should have just got to know him first, but it was just so ridiculous. Like, they would be texting you, they'd be calling you, they'd want to go out and do things with you if they wanted to get to know you, even as a friend. But I would always be the one that would be initiating after that New Year's and the first two conversations we had, thinking, oh, he wants to still get to know me, but just feeling sad about it for no reason. There was nothing to be sad about. Like, why? Like, he would show some interest in things I talk about, but not overly so. Like, he would talk about himself a lot. So finally, I just made the mistake of texting him. Should have just left him alone completely, because, I'm sorry, but that's going to be my new MO. Like, you can come to me. I'm not going to go to you. So yeah, he texted me like a couple nights ago in the middle of the night, wanting to talk, saying this song was our song, blah, 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 blah. Like all these nice things to me. And then the next day I was thinking, oh, he must really actually be coming around, because he's like, oh, nobody had treated me good before. And oh, I guess I have to get used to it. So yeah, silly me. I asked him, oh, can you give me a ride home? And so he did. And then I'm like, do you want to hang out? And he's like, well, I have plans and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go see this woman, blah, blah, blah. And he always was talking about a red flag. I should have known. Like, he said he wasn't ready to have a relationship with me because he wanted to get to know me, but he's always talking about this particular woman. And then I said, okay, if I could take anything back, I never would have texted him that night about all this. Like, he told me, oh, well, I'm fickle and I change my mind easily. And he goes, and I drank some beer and I just said things I thought you wanted to hear. And it just upset me. And now that I think about it, like, why would it upset me? Okay, he said some things he thought I wanted to hear, but in reality, he didn't really feel that way. Like, he didn't feel like he wanted to get to know me. And I wasted so much time, like, idealizing this person that wasn't showing me really any respect. They just didn't put any effort in getting to know me. Whereas, like, he was wanting to spend all his time hanging out with this other girl. And that's fine. That's his life. If he's not interested in wanting to get to know me, it's not the end of the world. But I will leave people like that alone. But this is totally random. But tonight, after my live stream with Aya, I started getting excited again because I'm like, I have so many other things going on in life. I don't really need to worry about someone who never was making an effort, who, by the way, like, I would tell him things about myself, like my interests, my blogs. He showed like zero interest. He never really showed interest. He never like wanted to look at it. He said, I'll look at it, but he never commented on it. He had zero to nada interest in anything that I found fascinating. He was always talking about things that he liked. So after 2 weeks of like thinking, oh, I wanted to be in a relationship with this guy because I think he's cute, I just realized, no, this person and I are completely different. And the fact that he just didn't have any respect for me, like, but if I could go back in time, I just wouldn't text him, period. Like, don't text someone who shows no respect to you. And like, I made the mistake of saying, oh, like, you didn't like take my feelings into consideration. But why would he? He's not that kind of person. He's not the kind of, well, maybe the first times we talked, but even then, when I go back, he was always talking about this other woman and how she did this and did that. And honestly, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of boring to me now, like when somebody's always talking about someone else all the time, especially when they're in your presence. And maybe somebody thinks that's fascinating, but at the end of the day, it really isn't, because I just had the best conversation with Aya talking about language, linguistics, and culture, things that are just like truly fascinating. And it re-energized me and made me excited in a way that I haven't been in weeks. And I'm like, I don't know why I get all caught up and excited about some cute little guy who is just kind of self-involved, because I thought this guy was different. I thought, oh, he does things for people. He's very sweet. No, not so much. So yeah, but it was good. It was good for me to see that I can be excited about things again, and that I can talk to people that have a variety of interests and actually listen to things I'm saying. Like, this person sometimes wouldn't even be listening to me, I don't think. Like, now that I think about it, I was just smitten, but for not the right reasons. Somebody who shows zero interest in you is not somebody that you want to waste your time on. Just don't do it. Like, I know that's so easy for me to say now, but lesson learned. I would never again worry about someone who's always talking about someone else and doesn't really want to get to know you. Like, why? They wanted to talk to you when that other person wasn't around. And it's okay. The world goes on, because, oh my goodness, like, I'm getting excited about things again that I haven't been excited about for a few weeks, with the intention not to waste any more time. And I want to focus on being present in my own life and rekindling that fire within for learning more about like culture, language, things that are infinite, that can inspire you. Yeah, so I don't know. These people that just pretend to like someone for a while, when they use that as a supplement for someone else, they're what you call a user. Even if they seem nice on the outside, they're not somebody that has any good intention. But you release them back into the wild and you never have to worry about it again, ever. So anyway, thanks for watching.